Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Helldivers 2 video. Today we have some sad news unfortunately, and it's to do with the whole PSN account linking issue that's going on right now, and yeah, it's really sad to watch. I've seen a lot of negativity, I've seen a lot of toxicity if I'm honest in the Helldivers 2 Discord, which is not right. A lot of the negativity is being pointed towards Arrowhead rather than Sony, because, you know, that makes sense. Even though Sony are the ones that made the decision to link to their, you know, account system, why would Arrowhead make that decision? Come on guys. But yes, in an announcement on Twitter and elsewhere, it's been posted on Steam as well. Helldivers 2 now needs account linking. Attention Helldivers, due to technical issues at the launch of Helldivers 2, we allowed the linking requirements for Steam accounts to a PlayStation Network account to be temporarily optional. That grace period will now expire. See details below in this post. But I'll get more into that later because I think they should bring it back down, if I'm honest. Account linking plays a critical role in protecting our players and upholding the values of safety and security provided on PlayStation and PlayStation Studio games. This is our main way to protect players from griefing and abuse by enabling the banning of players that engage in that type of behavior. It also allows those players that have been banned the right to appeal. So this is Sony's argument here, is basically they need it to ban people that are cheating, that are, you know, using things they shouldn't be, if they're being toxic, that kind of thing. It's much easier to ban if they're linked to a PSN account because they can just find that and use it to ban them, basically. So Spitz in the community Discord basically said this: Sony is the publisher and needs a way to ban PC players. Right now they can only do that by having to send a name to Valve and wait for Valve to action the ban. If players are required to have a PSN linked to their Steam, Sony can just ban the PSN to keep them off the game instead of having to go through Valve. So I do see the logic here, where it makes it easier for cheating to not be a thing, for hackers to not be a thing. Sony can just be like, right, you know, you're doing this wrong, we can ban you through the PSN, rather than having to go through a third party, i.e. Valve, to just get, you know, get the name to ban and all that stuff. It's definitely a longer process if they keep it the way it is. However, like I said, I'll talk about it more later, but I still think the account linking shouldn't be a thing. I do disagree with it at the moment, and it's more for other reasons, not this. This stuff makes sense to me. The part that I have a major issue with this update is the fact that there are, and I wasn't aware of this, there are quite a few countries that don't have access to PSN, that can't make a PSN account. So they've bought Helldivers, they've decided to play on PC, on Steam, whatever. They've been playing for the last 3 months, and now they're all of a sudden told, hey, you can't play the game because you can't make a PSN account. What? That's rubbish. That's so bad. It was actually a statement that the CEO of Arrowhead replied to, which is, let me start by saying I know it's not you guys, but Sony is holding the metaphorical gun here, but some countries that have your players literally cannot make PSN accounts because Sony does not recognize them on PSN. What's going to happen to those players? And the CEO replied, we are discussing that question with our partners at PlayStation and trying to find a solution. So hopefully that is the case and they are looking for a solution, and this is the major reason why I think they should just disable it again for Steam/PC users, right? Because I just don't see a point if you're gonna lock off half of your player base almost because of a PSN account linking issue. Disable the account linking because you are losing players. And they've already lost some credibility here. Unfortunately, a lot of the blame's being put on Arrowhead for some people. Some people are being smart about it and actually going, oh no, Sony are the bad guys here. Let's, you know, jump on Sony. And the biggest way people are jumping on the negativity train is by leaving a review on Steam. Right now, as of recording this video, recent reviews, mostly negative, 157,297. All reviews are mixed with 434,373. That's a crazy stat. That's nuts. When the game went from very positive or mostly positive to mostly negative as of recently, that's crazy. Almost 200,000 reviews in the last, you know, few days since this happened, and they're all mostly negative. Guys, you got a problem on your hands. Sony, sort this out. Seriously. Arrowhead are a great studio, and I will stand by them until the end of days. They've proven that they are a great studio. They are proven that they love this community. So why has Sony then gone, no, the stocks need to go up, our investors need to be happy, make them link the PSN accounts again? And Arrowhead's like, but guys, ruins our game. No, do it. We need money. There's also another point about data breaches. I'm not going to get into that too much because, like, I don't know. I'm not too, like, versed up on security issues, but, like, the main issue here for a lot of people should be the fact that there are people in countries that cannot play the game. That should be the main thing that people are focusing on. They shouldn't be negatively dumping on the devs and the community managers of the game, because that is toxic, that is disgusting. What you should be doing is calling out Sony for their dodgy corporate, just weird marketing practice here by making you link a PSN account when you play on Steam. There are PlayStation games that exist on Steam that don't require this, so I'm confused as to why this one specifically needed it. I'm also interested to see if the game would have been as successful if this had stuck around from day one, because I know I linked my account the first time I played it because it was still a thing. However, that got disabled. I think a lot more people came through after that, so they either didn't know that it was a thing or just, you know, didn't really care. Continued to play the game for 3 months and now they're being told they can't. It's a bit ridiculous. It's pretty bad. And it sucks because Helldivers 2 is a fantastic game and it deserves praise for being a fantastic game that brought a community together. Now that community has been brought together in a negative way by, you know, calling out the dodgy practice here, which is the account linking issue. Even the devs and the community managers are calling out Sony here. Spitz again went into a detail here saying internal discussions are ongoing about the mandatory linking change, and while I can't reveal details, the response from our dev teams have been pretty universally negative, and we're looking for better options. So I don't want to see negativity go towards Arrowhead and the community managers, because it's quite clear they are also angry about this, guys. I don't understand why people are dumping on Arrowhead and the community managers for an issue that they didn't, you know, create. Baskinator on the community Discord the other day put out an FAQ about the, you know, PlayStation account linking. There were a bunch of questions. It was sort of vague in areas that it needed to not be vague in, I will admit, but it was clear that this wasn't written by her. However, the community went, yeah, that didn't do anything. You're a piece of crap. What? Guys, they didn't write it. Sony did, probably. It's probably Sony's FAQ here. Sony is the issue. Go after Sony. Bits also said, if a better solution isn't provided for players who are in regions without PSN coverage, I'm assured that we won't be making the requirement mandatory for those players. We're not going to force players to either break Sony TOS or not play the game. Now, this is a step in the right direction. Is it the ideal solution? No, but it's a step in the right direction. And I want to go into this. Break Sony TOS. The reason he says this is there was a solution that was put out for a lot of people, which was use a VPN to change a country, make the account, and then link it that way. However, that breaks Sony TOS and will get you banned. So don't do that at all. Do not follow that advice. Do not use a VPN to change your country to make a PSN account, because it won't work. He also said players making their displeasure known through reviews, refunds, etc. give us more pull in the discussions with Sony. They don't need our Discord. It hurts to see the game's popularity suffer in ratings, but discussions are ongoing and our team is on the side of the players in this fight. It's unrealistic to expect more people to make PSN accounts in different regions to get past the account linking requirement. We're aware of that. Discussions are ongoing. So like I said, it's hurting them as much as it's hurting us to see the negative reviews, to see the toxicity around the game right now. And I like that he mentions the Discord. Guys, the Discord is not the way to go here. I'm seeing so much toxic spam in that Discord right now in the general chats. It's gross. I had to close it the other day whilst like reading through information here, trying to get a vibe of the community. I really didn't like what I saw. There are other places where people are being much more civil about the issue, that are actually being somewhat intelligent about solutions and supporting the devs rather than going against them, because like I said, the devs aren't the issue here, Sony is. So it's really unfortunate to see that kind of negativity in the community right now, that toxicity. I guess it's to be expected when a game blows up this big. You're gonna attract those guys that troll, that just want to be toxic for the sake of being toxic. It's not great, but hopefully Arrowhead can pull through this and Sony can see the error of their ways and change it. So that's basically everything. I just want to leave the video on a bit of a happier note here. I saw a joke being like, if there's a community you don't want to anger, it's the community that killed 2 billion bugs in 12 hours, which I think is hilarious. It's very accurate. We've proven in-game that this community can unite against the tyranny, and they're doing that outside of the game now. Some are doing it in the right way, some are doing it in the wrong way. Hopefully you guys are doing it in the right way that watch this video. And yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Do you think the account linking linking should just be abolished. We should not have it at all. Should there be a more compromised solution? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video if you did enjoy it, I guess, and subscribe for more Helldivers 2 content, because it will still be coming even though this issue is major. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!